was invented in 1891 by Dr. James Naismith, a Canadian of Scottish descent at Springfield College, Massachusetts. The college was the International YMCA Training School, and the game was invented to provide an interactivity for training YMCA leaders. When the game was first played, beach baskets were laid up at each end of the gymnasium as goals, hence the origin of the name basketball. In 1892, the game played in England for the first time at Birkenhead YMCA after the club president was the game played least on a business trip to Canada. In 1893, the game was introduced into the Physical Training College in Hampstead. By 1898, a professional league was established in the USA. And by 1911, basketball had spread throughout the UK as a sport. In 1924, it was introduced as a demonstration sport at the Paris Olympic Games, and Great Britain won the title. And in 1931, FIBA, the International Basketball Federation, was formed. The England Basketball Association was formed in 1936, 13 years before the NBA was formed in America. And by 1957, the English Schools Basketball Association was formed. By 1990, there were 117 member countries in FIBA, making basketball the second largest of all the world's governing bodies and also the world's fastest growing and largest participation sport. And now, basketball is included in the Commonwealth Games, and the sport in general received a lot of coverage when the GB wheelchair team performed very successfully in the Paralympics recently, proving that it is a sport that is accessible and playable by all. Basketball court dimensions. Basketball hoops, the size of the court depends on the playing level. The size of the court for NBA and college is 94 feet long and 50 feet wide. It is smaller for high school and junior high. For the rim. The regulation height above the ground for the rim is 10 feet, and the rim is 18 inches in diameter. Backboards are 6 feet wide, 42 inches by 42 inches tall, with the inner square being 24 inches wide by 18 inches tall. For all size courts, the foul line is 15 feet in front of the backboard. The key is 12 feet wide and is the same for all basketball courts. The backboard extends 4 feet out over the baseline into the key. A half circle of diameter 6 foot extends from the foul line away from the basket to complete the key. 3-point line or the arc. For NBA basketball court, the 3-point arc is 22 feet to the center of the rim on the sides, with a straight line extending out 16 feet 9 inches from the baseline. Past those points, the line extends out 23 feet 9 inches from the center of the rim. Line markings. All line markings on the floor are 2 inches wide and can vary in color. Shot. The successful deflection of a shot by touching part of the ball on its way to the basket and preventing a field goal. Charging. An offensive foul, which occurs when an offensive player runs into a defender who has established positions over dribble. When the ball handler dribbles the ball across their body from one hand to the other. Dunk. A shot in which a jumping player slams the ball down into the opponent's basket from above. Shot or free throw. An unguarded shot taken from the foul line by a player whose opponent committed a personal or technical foul, which is worth 1 point. Timeout. A period of 60 seconds during which the play is stopped and teams discuss strategy and a moment to allow players to rest. The game of basketball is not officiated only by referees. There is a whole group of officials to manage a game and to keep things on track. Their collective motive is to run a game smoothly, to ensure the enforcement of rules, and to maintain the order of the game. The group includes referees, umpires, scorer, timekeepers, and shot clock operator. Referees. Referees are the main officials of the game. They are the ones who are actually responsible for enforcing rules and regulation and calling fouls and violations, and they wear typical black and white striped shirts and black pants. Lead referee. Lead referee, also known as crew chief in NBA, is the in charge of the game. Normally, all 2 or 3 referees are independent in terms of making their decisions, but in case of a dispute, it's the lead referee whose verdict is considered final. Scorer. Scorer plays a supportive role in the game of the basketball. There can be 1 or 2 scorers in a game depending on the rules of the league, and their job is to write down the stats relevant to the game. They keep a running summary of points scored, notify field goals and free throws made and missed, also notes the timeouts, and let the referee knows if all timeouts have been used up by a team. Timers. Timer assists referee in recording time. Generally, 2 timers are appointed by the league. One is official timer who operates the game clock, and the other is shot clock operator who operates 24-second official timer alerts referee when each half is going to start and stops the clock when any kind of interruption occurs during game, such as fouls, out of bounds, and timeouts. While shot clock timer informs referee when a player takes 24 or more seconds to shot a ball. Keeping the ball in possession for 24 seconds or more is a violation. Dribbling. Dribbling is an important skill for all basketball players. This skill will allow you to move up and down the court, maneuver past defenders, and execute plays. Shooting. In order to score points in basketball, you need to shoot the ball into the hoop. This requires the ability to properly hold and throw the ball into the air toward the basket while avoiding defenders. A proper shot requires precise aiming, arm extension, and lift from the legs. There are different types of shots you need to learn, including jump shots, layups, and free throws. Running. Running is a big part of basketball. In a full court game, players are running back and forth as the game quickly transitions between offense and defense. Passing. Passing is another skill that when mastered can help everyone to be a complete basketball player. The ability to pass the ball to this player can make the difference between scoring and not scoring. Really great passers are an important part of a basketball team, and usually the one who set up scoring play. Jumping. Jumping is another skill that can define how good a basketball player is. Jumping is involved in offense during the jump ball in the beginning, while taking shots, and sometimes while trying to catch a pass. On defensive, you will need the ability to jump when trying to block a shot or a pass. Being able to out-jump your opponent for a rebound also